This program is not affiliated with any political party or organization, and these are my own views, comments, and analysis. Hi, Mike is back. The biggest espionage scandal in American-Russian relations happened in 2010. Still, Americans know mostly one side of the story. 10 Russian spies were so-called sleeping agents and were doing nothing. Then they've been deported back to Russia. Today I'm gonna tell you the whole story, which is far more interesting. So, the biggest espionage scandal in American-Russian history. On June 28, 2010, FBI arrested in New York, Massachusetts, Virginia, and New Jersey 10 Russian illegal spies. The spies were planted by the Russian Foreign Intelligence Service, and all of them were charged as agents of foreign government Russia and were not registered with the Department of Justice. It's 5 years in jail. Also, all of them, except M. Chapman, were charged with conspiracy to commit money laundering, and that's up to 20 years in jail. The U.S. Department of Justice called it the Illegals Program. The FBI investigation was called Operation Ghost Stories. The FBI said that Russian agents were tasked by Moscow Center to report about U.S. policy in Central America, U.S. interpretation of Russian foreign policy, problems with American military policy, and the United States policy with regard to the use of the Internet by terrorists. Now let's see what Russian spies were really doing in America. In 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2010, Alan Petrikov, a very rich investor, a close friend of Clinton's, a sponsor of Hillary Clinton's election campaigns, had business contacts with the vice president of accounting firm Moria Financial Services Incorporated, one of Russian illegal spies, Cynthia Murphy, Lydia Gurieva. So, actually, the whole Russian spy group was working for Cynthia Murphy, who was trying to get access to the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton. That's what New York Daily News said in 2010. The federal complaint states that in February 2009, Murphy reported to Moscow that through work she had met a businessman who was a personal friend of Hillary Clinton. It's interesting that Philip Crowley, Assistant Press Secretary to the United States State Department, made a statement right away after 10 Russian spies were arrested. The statement said, "There is no evidence to suggest that this spy group had the U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton as its principal target." A lie. Hillary Clinton was the target. On top of it, according to a new interview with the BBC, the Assistant FBI Director for Counterintelligence, Frank Puglisi, claimed the agency believed that closeness between sexy illegal spy Ann Chapman, one of 10 spies, and unnamed Defense Department Deputy Secretary prompted FBI to stop it before the spy could penetrate the president's inner circle, the White House, and come into contact with classified information. That's the real role the sexy illegal spy Ann Chapman was playing. The FBI statement said the following: they were getting close enough to a U.S. cabinet member, and we could no longer allow this to continue. Chapman got closer and closer to higher and higher ranking leadership. she got close enough to disturb us. That means Anne Chapman, famous Russian super diva, was very close to the White House. On July 9, 2010, 10 Russian spies, including Cynthia Murphy and Anne Chapman, were exchanged for human garbage. 4 defectors convicted in Russia who were recruited by CIA. On July 12, Russian leader Premier Minister Vladimir Putin met the group, which was official recognition of their merits. On October 10, 2010, Dmitry Medvedev, president of Russia, awarded all 10 spies with Russian orders. And that means they did a very good job in America, destroying America's national security. That's the truth. One more interesting thing. There is still a mystery with the above-mentioned Anne Chapman, the girl who is extremely popular now all over the world. So, she said she was a great patriot of Russia. But, actually, she wanted to move to Great Britain, not back to Russia, after the whole spy ring was arrested. She had British citizenship because she was married and divorced British citizen. The question is, why she wanted to move to Great Britain after 10 Russian spies were deported to Russia? Why she wanted to move to Great Britain if British counterintelligence would keep her under surveillance 24/7 to the rest of her life? So, the Home Office of Great Britain deprived Chapman of her British citizenship, and they issued legal papers revoking her citizenship in July 2010. After that, she also has no right even to travel to Great Britain. After her deportation to Russia, her American lawyer Baum said that Anne Chapman was particularly upset by the revocation of her citizenship. With all my espionage knowledge, I can't imagine what Russian spy arrested by FBI in USA and deported back to Russia was going to do in Great Britain. This question is still open.